special episode of the Therapy with Rikki Podcast, where we talk about real conversations that you can feel. I am your host, Rikki McCoy, a licensed therapist in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am so excited to be here and hold this space for you today. The Therapy with Rikki Podcast will focus on all things life, mental health, self-care, and wellness. Now, we all know that life be lifing, right? But, being able to have a space where you have an openness, non-judgmental, freedom to just be, to just sit, to relate, to listen, all of the things. I am so excited to be here and to hold this space, to create this avenue for you, for anybody else that needs to tune in or listen. So welcome. Just a little bit about myself. I am a holistic therapist. So we talk about all things mind, body, and spirit, okay? And so with the first episode, I want to talk about how to do you and still be successful in 2023, right? Now, one of the words I want you to think about as we talk about the new year and what you want to focus on, all of the things, y'all, that are coming at us at the beginning of the year, is what you are allowing yourself in the new year. Okay? Now, I love the word allowing, and I use this word with a lot of my clients as we closed out 2022 and we started looking at 2023, because I want you to think about what you are allowing yourself to do, okay? What you are allowing yourself to feel, right? So maybe you're allowing yourself permission to rest more. Maybe you're allowing yourself permission to practice stillness, right? Maybe you're allowing yourself permission to take off of work more, right? Protect your peace, protect your boundaries. Maybe you allowing yourself to really focus and go hard this year. Whatever it is, wherever you might be on your journey, I want you to do you in 2023. Don't do what everybody else is doing. Don't compare your lives to other people. I want you to really be intentional with what you need to do, where you are in your wellness journey, and how to make this year the best year for you. Can y'all do that? Okay. So, how are we going to make sure that we're living life intentionally, on purpose, right? Living a life that really aligns with who we are and where we want to be. Okay, we have so much pressure. We have so many things coming at us that I really want you to think about how to make this work for you. Okay, social media, we have pressure from family, friends. We have people telling us in all directions who we are and what we should be doing and how we should be living our lives, right? These people already have a life to live. Okay, so I want you to think about, I want you to take your power back. Okay, this is your life. Do you be grateful, right? Practice gratitude, practice patience, give yourself grace and compassion on this journey that we call life. All right. Now, there are some things that I want you to focus on when you think about what you want your new year to look like. Okay. So I want you to take a piece of paper and I want you to write down what your values are. Okay, the things that are important to you in your life, the things that matter, the things that you are very, very passionate about. You can take your paper and I want you to draw a circle, right? This is our pie chart. And on the front of your paper, you draw a circle, and on the back of your paper, draw a circle, okay? And I want you to take your time and look at how you spent your time in 2022. And on that first circle, I want you to split up your life on that pie chart based on how you spent your time, right? Did you spend a lot of time working? If so, that part of the pie chart will be bigger, right? Did you spend a lot of time with family? Did you spend time with friends? Did you spend time traveling, enjoying life? Or did you spend time somewhere else doing something different? Think about that. And then I want you, on the other side of your paper, to draw a circle for 2023. And on your circle for 2023, I want you to draw your time being spent the way that you want it to be spent, okay? So I want you to think about wellness, your relationships or your social life, career, and maybe you have spiritual goals or financial goals or, something. Those are just some ideas on the way you can split up your circle, i.e. your life, okay? Where do you want to spend more of your time? So I'll give y'all a personal example. I know for me, the past 2 years of this pandemic, therapy has been booming. It has been banging. Stress is real. Anxiety and depression have been real. And your girl has been booked and busy. But at the same time, I've been spending so much time working that I lost sight of the things that brought me joy, right? I didn't have a lot of time and space for my self-care and my wellness, which is very important to me. So I wanted to be intentional. Last year, my word was intention. I wanted to be intentional with how I spent my time last year. Really taking accountability for the time that I'm spending, where I'm using a lot of my time, what distractions I had, right? People, social media, situations, whatever it might be. What was I distracting myself with, right? And so I had to take a moment just to kind of sit with myself and ask myself what it was that I was doing that was getting in my way. That's called self-sabotage, y'all, and we do it all the time. So I really want you to take a moment, write down how you spent your time last year, how you want to spend your time in the new year, and so we can figure out what changes you need to make. And then I want you to be grateful, but I want you to be compassionate. We put so much pressure on ourselves as people. We are our own biggest critics, y'all. Our own biggest critics, right? We put a lot of pressure on ourselves to show up, a lot of pressure on ourselves to produce. And when things don't go the way we want them to go, we stay stuck. We stay stuck in our fears, right? We stay in our comfort zone. We may even be afraid to even try. And so we end up not even trying to do the thing that we want to do, right? And so I want you to think about those things, right? Think about what you need to do to really make space for the things that you want to do in your life. But give yourself grace. You are learning new habits. You are learning how to practice new things. Just think about, we grown, right? How much time it has been that you've been moving this way, that you've been practicing this way, that you've been, doing some of the things that we're doing, that we're trying to make changes with in our lives, right? Think about how long you've been doing that and be patient with yourself. It does not happen overnight, okay? These changes don't happen overnight. If you are a first generation person, whether that's, first to go to school, first to go to therapy, right? First to really practice self-care, first to really practice putting boundaries in place with your family. There's no roadmap for this, okay? There is no roadmap. You are really learning how to do this on your own. We will make mistakes. Mistakes are a part of life. Mistakes are a part of how we grow. But I want you to keep going, right? That's the only way we mess up, y'all. That's the only way we never know what could have been if we never tried, right? Same goes for your dating life, okay? Y'all, it's just not gonna fall in your lap that man, that woman, whoever is not gonna come knocking on your door. We have to get out. We have to be open to growing, evolving, healing our traumas, our hurts, our disappointments. We have to be realistic with ourselves and with others, right? Mistakes happen. Conflict is a part of relationships, even healthy relationships, y'all. You gotta be willing to work through the conflicts. You have to be willing to give people grace. You have to be willing to have realistic expectations of yourself and others on this journey that we call life, right? And so I want you to remember that. I want you to give yourself grace, be patient with yourself, and just continue to show up. A small win is a win. Never, ever forget that. You know, it takes a lot of effort to get up. It takes a lot of effort to get out of bed. It takes a lot of effort to be vulnerable, to show up, to live in your truth, right? Don't discredit those things, y'all. When you are an overachiever, it took a lot of effort for you to do all the things that you've already done. Just think about, write down all the things you did last year, all your wins, because sometimes we forget. And I want you to be honest and open with yourself on all the things that you've already done. We don't give ourselves enough credit, y'all. And we have to do better, okay? Take care of yourselves. Allow yourselves the space that you need to define rest, to learn what rest feels like and looks like, to practice stillness. You know, pray, meditate, whatever stillness looks like for you, taking a nap, whatever it is that you need to do, y'all, but we need to do it. You have to rest your mind and you have to rest your body, okay? But this is not a race. This is your journey, your unique life journey. And how beautiful is that when you think about it that way? We have to change our perspective sometimes. Be open to hearing different perspectives. Be open to healing. Be open to realizing that you may not always be right all the time, right? Build a healthy support system. That's where therapy is really great for helping you learn how to be vulnerable, for helping you learn how to express and communicate how you feel. Sometimes it's really hard to put words to how you feel, right? But therapy helps us with that. And then it can also help you be able to learn how to express yourself and communicate in your relationships as well, okay? Great place to start. Of course, I'm going to recommend therapy, but there are also other ways, right? Like maybe you have a really accountable friend or a really accountable support group, right? Maybe you have a mentor, somebody that you look up to, somebody that you see and you want to, they inspire you in some kind of way. A mindset coach, a business coach, some kind of person that can help you strategize your life. We need to have a strategy for how we're living our lives, okay? So we want goals. We want to be strategic, right? We want to have smart goals. Those goals are specific, they're measurable, they're attainable, they're realistic, and they are time bound. Hello, SMART goals. Y'all know SMART goals. If you don't, you can Google what a SMART goal is. We have so much information at our fingertips with social media, with YouTube, Google, all the things that we're not really, taking and using, right? We're taking advantage of them. But do what you need to do. Tap in where you need to tap in. Have goals, but have realistic expectations of yourself. Have a calendar to keep up with your time. Write everything on your calendar. That way you know how you're spending your time, right? You also know if the goal or the thing that you're trying to achieve is even realistic, if it even fits into your day, okay? Think about that. Make sure you have SMART goals that make sense for you in your life, and your life doesn't look like that next person's life. We have to stop comparing ourselves to other people. Comparison is the thief of joy, okay? Take care of yourself. Have a good new year. Thank you so much for tuning in, for listening. Give yourself grace, right? Hold yourself accountable too, though, right? Really, really hold yourself accountable. If you do feel like there are some areas in your life that need some improvement, it is okay to acknowledge, to be self-aware, being able to reflect on, your strengths, but also the areas of improvement that we want to work on. But being open to growth more than anything, being open to learning, to always learning, to being open to new people, new perspectives, new ideas, new opportunities, y'all. So really, really, look at the different categories of life, break up your pie chart and see where it is that you want to spend your time this year. And just know that you can take your power back, okay? If you're not happy, if you're not at peace, if there are things in your life that don't align with who you are as a person, guess what? Take your power back. You have the power, you have the ability to make the changes that you need to make. But it is up to you and only you to make the changes happen. With that, I will also encourage you to tap into the things that you're fearful of, right? Look at them, sit with them, find out what that fear is. What is the root cause of your fear? What is it that stops you from going to the next level? By being real with yourself, being open and honest with yourself, it helps you to be open and honest with those in your lives as well. It helps you to really be accountable, to accept where you are and accept what needs to change. Okay? We all have room for growth, and it's okay. It's okay to acknowledge when you're vulnerable, when you're down, when you're sad. It's okay to acknowledge that you may not be making the space to connect with others the way that you want to. And so it's one thing to be lonely, right? And to say we're lonely, but it's another thing to really do the work to make relationships, to be in connection with the people that we love and truly care about, and the people that love and truly care about us, right? So it's time for us to be real. It's time for us to be raw. It's time for us to get to work. We have so many opportunities. I'm so thankful for therapy. I'm so thankful that we have more therapists that we can relate to culturally, people that look like us, people that, can understand our journey, understand why we show up the way that we do. But it's up to you ultimately to make the changes. Change is hard, okay? But it doesn't mean that you can't do it. An affirmation that I like to tell myself is you can do the hard things, right? You can do the hard things. It just sounds more complicated, more difficult, more stressful than it really is sometimes. That's why we want to be strategic in our approach in life, right? In the problems, in the things that we're worried about. We always want to be strategic in how to overcome whatever it is. And some things you can't overcome. You can't change other people. Some situations you can't change, but you have to learn to be okay with that. How do you keep moving? How do you not let that hold you back from living your life? Okay? So really think about that. I'm so excited to be here. I will be providing you all new episodes weekly, real conversations that you can feel. Please share with somebody who you feel can benefit from this conversation, can benefit from being here, getting cozy and comfortable with us wherever it is that y'all sit, okay? I also have the visual podcast. They will be on YouTube. Everything is Therapy with Rikki. YouTube channel, Therapy with Rikki. Instagram, Therapy with Rikki. I have a group practice in Atlanta. That is Flourishing Minds, LLC in Atlanta, Georgia. We provide therapy services, wellness coaching services. I also provide meditation, movement and flow, breathwork services, and sound healing sessions as well. So if you're interested in any of those, feel free to reach out. I have the Flourishing Minds Wellness Academy that is taking place Q1 of 2023. We start January 22nd. And it is a virtual learning experience where I will provide you all with the knowledge around self-care, wellness, how to really conquer your life, show up as your best self. And then we will also have a movement and meditation session and a sound healing session. So I am going to be touching on all things mind, body, and spirit. So if you are interested in working with a holistic therapist, you're interested in learning some of the benefits of, we have talk therapy, but then we also have just so many other modalities when it comes to healing and wellness. And you can heal your body, you can release stagnant energy, you can clear your chakras, all of the things, y'all, and really feel aligned with yourself, with your spirit, with everything that you are inside of you, right? So tap in. I also have a retreat coming up for my ladies, the Flourishing Minds Wellness Retreat. We are taking over Tulum this May of 2023, and the focus is self-discovery. So who are you after you take off all of the hats, after you play all the roles that you play, who are you, right? We're going to be digging into that. I want you to know who you are. I'm really big on making sure that you feel authentic in your truth, that you can walk in your truth and be proud and be free to be who you are in this life. We already have enough difficulties, y'all, but by being able to show up as yourself, it's the ultimate freedom, okay? So if you want more information, the website is Therapy with Rikki as well. Y'all be easy, be light. Please rate, subscribe, review, all the things. Get your girl up there so that we can take off and really get more people tuning in to this information so we can vibe, we can ride out, and we can feel free to live our lives as our best selves. Till next time.